with late game execution.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Morning? Oh, it ain't morning no more. It's afternoon. The hell am I thinking? What am I thinking? Car video. I'm doing this from the car. Because today is a busy day for me. But anyways, I have one serious question that I would like to put out there. And it came to me a couple nights ago. I was watching highlights from this past season. In particular, Giannis's highlights from this past season. And I got one serious question about that. But before I go in, let me lock my door right quick. And get out the way. Door is now locked. But, wait, what? Hold on. Let's pause this for a second right quick before I get in. Never can be too careful these days, but, yeah, I was watching the highlights of Giannis, and they not only just show the offensive part of Giannis' game, they show the defensive part of Giannis' game. And let me tell you, you ain't gonna just go to the basket or try to dunk on him with ease. He will block your shot or will alter your shot. But I was wondering, why is he, the last couple of years, why is he never considered Defensive Player of the Year? That's my question. Why is he never Defensive Player of the Year? And keep giving it to bums like Rudy Gobert, who get embarrassed all the time. I never got that. I think I know why it's like that. Because ever since Giannis said F the system, I ain't going to play in LA, I ain't joining no other superstar to help them win. I'm trying to win for my own legacy. They just don't want to give him awards anymore. They already don't want to talk about him. And they ain't got knuckleheads on these big platforms like Fox Sports talking about, oh, we don't talk about them because they're not winning. Okay. But you didn't talk about it at the end of the season when they won 8 games in a row without Dame Lillard. You ain't talking about them. You talk about these other superstars when they losing ad nauseum. But yeah, ever since he said I'm staying in Milwaukee, it's just been unfair treatment. The man not only can play on the offensive side, but he can play on the defensive side too. But they never want to give it to him. They keep trying to give it to people like bums like Rudy Gobert. They trying to, well, I wouldn't say they trying to, but Draymond Green is trying to fix his way into getting Defensive Player of the Year. Even though half the time, I don't understand how he can be Defensive Player of the Year. He talking about, I was watching that game against Memphis, right? Playing game, they played against Memphis. And he's having trouble holding Zach Edey. Fouling is not defense, y'all. That's what Draymond Green was doing. Now, if he was talking about, I can go out there and hold prime Shaq or prime Hakeem Olajuwon. No, the hell you couldn't. There was no way in the world you couldn't hold a prime Shaq. That's why I don't believe they can beat the Kobe and Shaq Lakers. There's no way in the world. If I was the Lakers, I was just dumping into Shaq the whole entire time. There's no way in the world. But anyways, yeah, they Giannis need to be in the Defensive Player of the Year, and their defense looks even better. I'm gonna say it one more time. their defense looks even better when there's Dame Lillard out there. Their defense looks sharp when it's just him. At times, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Ryan Rollins, and Kevin Porter Jr. or even Gary Trent Jr. Shoot, even AJ Green defense looks better, but AJ Green actually can play defense. They're just not acknowledged in that. He can play defense for a white boy that can just shoot. But even Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma can play some defense. The problem with Kyle Kuzma is his shooting. Shoot, matter of fact, the past 8 games, this team actually can defend. The only person, I can't think of the word I want to say. I say it for LeBron and Luka all the time. But the problem lies on the defense is Dame. He's the bottom man out. He's the liability. That's the word I was looking for, liability. He's a liability on defense. And when he ain't out there, the defense looks better. Offense looks better, of course. You ain't trying to worry about him shooting some freaking logo 3, which is not needed. But yeah, it's ridiculous that Giannis is never considered Defensive Player of the Year in that list each year ever since he's won it. They try not to give it to him. They try not to get him too many awards. Yeah, it's cool you're on defensive list, all defensive team. But they did the same thing with Jrue Holiday too. I think it was Kevin Durant that said it's a tragedy and a crime that Jrue Holiday has never won Defensive Player of the Year award himself. It's always like his agenda when it comes to these awards. I don't like this sports media anymore, man. They're not honest. They're not truthful. They're not fair. They play games. They play favorites. They play agendas. They're not doing their job. I don't understand how Kendrick Perkins has a vote in anything. J.J. Redick should be close all the year. And we just ignore what J.B. Bickerstaff has done with the Detroit Pistons. We just ignore what Kenny Atkinson has done with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We just ignore what Ime Udoka. We already know what's going to happen with Ime Udoka. You know they don't like him. But you just ignore what Ime Udoka has done with the Houston Rockets. We're just going to ignore all of that. But I don't even think, who is even on the Defensive Player of the Year award now? Or finalists or whatever they got. Is it like, I guess Draymond Green's trying to put his name in there. Maybe Jaren Jackson Jr. And they gave it to him one year. And come to find out, they was cooking the books for his stats. And no one said anything about it. I think Victor Wembanyama was on there, but he don't qualify no more because he didn't play enough games. But yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. They got guys cooking the books for these players, moving their numbers around, and nobody says anything. This is absolutely ridiculous, man. But anyways, yeah, Giannis should be on that list, but they know they won't pick him. But anyways, he's still going to be a Hall of Fame, still top 75, whatever. I'm out of here.